Well, good morning. Cass here. I don't know if it's morning time for you, but it's morning time for me. And it's time for me to do my skincare routine. And today, the YouTube gods have summoned me to take you along for the ride. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's a lot. Okay, first thing, I like to wash my hands in the morning, and I'm obsessed with Molten Brown. It's just something I grew up washing my hands with, so keep the tradition. I like to wash my hands in the morning with lukewarm water because I usually put Vaseline on them. It's the last thing I put on my hands before I go to sleep. I just like to get my hands nice and clean and free up any oils so that it's nice and prepped for my face routine. So that's the first thing I do. Even when I shower, if I didn't wash my face first, I definitely wash my hands first. I don't know, it just feels dirty to me if my hands are not washed, especially if I'm gonna be putting it in some like really important private places. Now that my hands are clean, I'm gonna go ahead and put some lukewarm water on my face. Just wet that face. I didn't wash my face last night because I've been trying to really get rid of a lot of hyperpigmentation that I've been suffering from and improving the texture of my skin. So it's kind of been drying it out a little bit. So some nights I just skip the washing routine. Okay, next step. I'm pretty sure I used too much, but it's okay. Thing is, my skin is extremely oily, so to break up any oil, especially given that I didn't wash my face last night. Now that I'm in my 30s, I bring everything down to my neck because I'm starting to see wrinkles, baby. I'm starting to see wrinkles. We don't want wrinkles. Get in all the crevices. Get in all the crevices. This is a very soothing time for me. It's basically waking up my face. So I kind of take my time with this one. I don't always use this face wash. I alternate it with CeraVe that doesn't have any exfoliating beads in it because it could be a little much. Just add a little bit more water. I just want it to lather up a little bit more. Get a little bit more sooty. Get into those eyebrows because those eyebrows get really oily as well. I definitely need salicylic acid. Gets my skin tight, keeps my bumps away. I've always been prone to acne. Growing up, I was prone to acne and I'm still prone to it now. Okay, that's enough. Time to rinse. First, I like to take the soap off. This is probably why I ain't got no edges. I've been washing my face like this my whole life. Now I do a second wash, but with a tiny bit of soap. Now your skin is already clean. You're just trying to get rid of any residual dirt or oil. I never got the idea of toner to clean up excess debris because really, if you're washing your face right, you shouldn't be having no excess nothing wiping off your face. Take your time and wash your face. But I will say this, everybody has different skin. But yeah, I always thought toner was a little pointless for me. I have oily skin and I don't like stripping the oil away from my skin. Whew. And as you're washing your face in the morning, really take your time and really, breathe and relax. And think of how dope you are. You try to get yourself mentally ready for the day. Okay, next step. Manuka honey. I've been using this as a mask and it's definitely felt wonderful. So I'm just gonna keep going and see what results it yields. Before the water on your face starts evaporating, you're gonna just wipe this off a bit. I use towels for my face. On a little brush that bad boy on. wasn't so sticky, it would make a good eyebrow gel. Manuka honey for the win. I got this from Costco. Costco is the real MVP. This little thing I think was like $40. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this on for about 20 minutes to half an hour. The longer you leave it on, the better. There's no expiration time with this baby right here. One time I left it on for an hour and my skin was just like so freaking soft. And it just felt really balanced. So yeah, I'm gonna come back to rinse this off. See ya in a few. Well, okay then. It's time to rinse this baby off. Are we ready? Look at it, look at it. Some of it was dripping. Some of it was dripping. Okay. I was definitely munching on some Doritos in the meantime. And that is not something you should be having in the AM. But baby, my period is coming. So whatever I'm craving, I'm giving myself. I kind of treat my period like I'm a pregnant woman. Like what? What is it you craving? It's not your fault. Your period's coming. Just waiting for the water to get warm. Because we really want to break up the stickiness. And it's the heat that kind of does that. So patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. Okay, warming up. Break it up. And it has some like fine particles to it. So when you go like this, it kind of feels like a scrub actually. It feels like a very fine scrub though. And because it's such a natural product, I'm not as concerned if it gets around my eyes. Of course you want to rinse it off because who wants sticky eyelids? Nobody. Next step. As you guys can tell, I suffer from a lot of textural issues and hyperpigmentation. It's not always the case, but lately it's been the case. So I've been using apple cider vinegar as an after wash. So I just splash this on my face. After I wash it, I do a generous amount really. And I leave that bad boy on there for about 60 seconds. It smells terrible. Now I understand why people have those tiny little fans. And then the freezing cold water. Freezing cold water, you're gonna tighten these pores. Concentrate on the eye area. Get this out of your eyes, because if you open your eyes and there's still some on those lashes, you're gonna cry like a little baby. Okay. The washing is officially done. Next step. Really quickly, before your face even dries, wipe off the excess water. Just with your hands. Take this hyaluronic acid and mix it in with the water. With the water. Because hyaluronic acid is supposed to trap it. Trap it. Trap that hydration in there. Feels so slippery and silky. And once it dries a little, you're gonna go in with your moisturizer. Okay? So this one's a little heavier than the hyaluronic acid. Let that evaporate a little. Ceramide cream. So I have really oily skin, so it's really important that I moisturize really well in my routine so that my oil glands aren't like triggered by dryness. Because if you super dry things out, or if you don't use an emollient that's strong enough, your stuff is gonna get oily in the middle of the damn day. Still waiting for it to evaporate. See how it's almost dry now? You want this to be the last thing that your face finishes up drying with, because this also traps in some moisture. I'm obsessed with doing this to my eyebrows. And the last step, of course, is going to be what everybody who's watching this video should be using. Sunscreen. I want to talk. Listen, I didn't start using sunscreen until about a month or two ago. I'm not even gonna lie. Because, you know, we're in our 30s now, and a bitch is definitely starting to see some wrinkles. And yeah, I'm not about that life. So I found myself this really good sunscreen that goes with the texture of my skin. Put a generous amount, right? Maybe like a quarter size. I never got into sunscreen because of the oiliness and the texture that it would make my skin. But if it boiled down to having wrinkles or wearing sunscreen, a bitch is gonna look oily. A bitch is going to look oily. And this does not leave a white cast once it's all the way in. Once it's all the way in and it's settled, it does not leave a white cast, which I really appreciate because Lord have mercy. There's nothing white about it. It's all brown skin, darling, all brown skin. I'm just gonna go ahead and put in a little bit more on my neck. Because baby, you see? Creases? I'm pretty sure in about 5 years I'll be getting a facelift. I'm not even gonna lie. When you guys see me looking smashed like I'm 16 years old again, it's because I got a facelift. You don't even gotta ask. You don't even have to ask. That is the last step for my face. I always go in and put a little Vaseline on my lips because they're a little dry. And because my face is the last thing that I do, that right there means that I'm ready for the day. Thank you for joining me on this particular morning. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you had a good time. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, maybe for a PM nighttime routine. Bye. 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 All right, that's enough.